Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. And it is time for our interview segments presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. And our interview right now is also being streamed on Facebook, so you see on the screen, if you're watching there, Mr. Aaron Lehman of Family Promise of Indiana County. Aaron, how you doing?
Not bad. I first want to say Happy Veterans Day and thank you to all the veterans for their service.
Definitely, and that goes double for me.
Yeah, okay,
All
good.
right,
Good,
there we
good,
go.
good.
So, Aaron, let's get into it. Family Promise is gearing up for another big event, and this one has become a tradition in Indiana County now. So it is, of course, the larger-than-life Monopoly game.
Yes, yeah. So we have the Monopoly event. It's on the 19th at 5:30, and we're gonna have it at the Eagles. So we need to thank the Eagles for that. Anyway, so it's a 30 by 30 foot Monopoly board. We have teams that go around the board, play the game. We have the big cards, we have the big money, and everything else like that. So everything's like life-sized. We're also going to have this year the ability for people to come and play games at the tables.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can have like Monopoly or Life, Game of Life, or something else.
So
it could be a game night.
So it's really expanded into a big board game night then.
Yeah, it is. So that'll be nice. And we're gonna have food and we're gonna have alcohol and so it's just gonna be a different thing. We're also working with the chamber. The chamber is gonna be also promoting us and everything else like that. So
all right.
Yeah, it should be a blast. We'll have the same big jail and everything.
Yeah.
I know you were there the first time.
I was a member of the Keystone Cops Force. Officer, one of the police officers. Nobody landed on go to jail though.
No,
I didn't
okay.
get to put anybody in jail, but we did hand out like small silly citations, like not wearing Steelers colors, go to jail, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was fun and funny, and it was a little humorous too with the Indiana players doing that. So, how many teams this year for Monopoly?
So right now we have 3 teams, and we have a bunch of other people that are going to have teams to go to the desk, the tables and everything and play. The interesting thing about Monopoly is when it was first brought out, it was to show the haves and have not the difference between the classes, and then it went from that to I need to win at all costs.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So that's kind of one of the reasons why we do it, because homelessness and people in poverty, they really need help, and of course the Monopoly event helps us help them. One of the things that I will say is this. A lot of people, like let's say in government or whatever else, I wouldn't expect them to know a lot about homelessness, right?
Right.
Because they just aren't familiar with it. Family Promise, we are. I mean, in fact, I'd say about every 2 weeks I get a call about somebody that's homeless.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's a really, really big problem here, and also with families. So if you have a family and you have a child, and that child is homeless, and the average age of a homeless person in the United States is 9. So if you have a child that's homeless, they're not going to be able to do well in school. They're not going to be able to do anything. I went out and we had our night without a bed, slept in a car. I mean, it's impossible. So what we do is we give stability to families. We give a mailbox. Now, think about it this way. Let's say you're living with another family. Okay, and that's where Section 8 housing comes. And a week before Section 8 housing comes, you leave that place. Well, the Section 8 housing voucher comes. You have 10 days to respond. You don't. Here's somebody, if they had stability in a mailbox, they would have Section 8 housing and they would not be homeless.
Right.
So that's the type of stuff we do.
And you mentioned that homelessness is not thought of. It's really an invisible problem here in Indiana County because we are a smaller community. It's not as visible as, say, going to a major city where you will see people sitting out on the sidewalks with and people kind of begging for change or asking for assistance in those ways. It's not as visible a problem here in the rural communities as it is in the urban communities.
Exactly, and I mean it's hidden. People are living with other people. They're living in tents in the woods. They're living in cars. All kinds of places. So we definitely need organizations that are helping homelessness. And the other thing is we teach people how to get out of poverty and how to get out of homeless.
In this case, it's not just giving them the bread to feed them for a day. It's teaching them how to bake it, if you pardon the analogy.
Oh no, that's great. I'm glad that you bring it's like the the fish, and we do use churches and faith congregations to help us house the families, and they provide role models. So between the education that we do, the churches that provide role models, that's why we have our 83% success rate of families succeeding after they get out of the program.
That's great. Wow.
Then we also have something that there aren't a lot of places around here. We used to have a circles program, but we educate people on how to get out of poverty. And that can be somebody in the program or somebody outside of the program. They can come to our day center up on 4th Street, and they can actually learn how wants and needs. So one example that I say is when the stimulus came out, it was $600.
Yeah.
Walmart was selling 5 TVs for $5.99 and below. Now, if that's a need. A want is to have electricity to fund the TV later on, and we teach people that.
Yeah, so it's amazing how much education can come out of that. So so going back to the event,
Okay,
3 teams as you mentioned, and
Hopefully 4.
hopefully 4, hopefully more.
Yeah, exactly.
because Monopoly is always much more fun when you get a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
Who are going to represent the teams this year?
So right now we have Ride for Health, which is a organization that brings people to appointments, and we have them. The other one that we have, and let me double check this. I apologize. And the Berkshire Hathaway always does it. Mm-hmm. So so just give me a quick second.
Yeah.
And we have Sunrise Health Services also.
All right. And if people want to get a team, and if a business wants to get a team together to help out.
Yeah, so you can go on our website, Indiana Family Problems of IndianaCounty.com. You can go on our Facebook, which is Indiana County Family Promise, and Eventbrite. So you can go to those different places and look. If you want to, you can call the Day Center, 724-464-5220, and talk to Carol or Jillian, and they can get you some information. But we also want the individuals to come.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think the tickets are going to be $10 to come in and see it, play. We need the community's help to help homelessness and people in poverty.
I do like the interactive feature that you've put in there by having some of those other games, some of those classics like Monopoly, like Scrabble even, or maybe some of the newer board games that have become popular, because board games have really kind of come back into style almost as a form of entertainment for the family.
Most definitely.
And it kind of it brings a family together so in this case it'll bring families together to help out Family Promise, to help other families out, which I think is cool.
And we're also going to have a basket raffle, so that'll be good too. So just that combination of things, hopefully we can, bring in some money so we can continue to do what we do, because we know how to help homeless families. We know how to give education to homeless families. We have a store where people can buy shampoo, soap,
Yeah,
that
so
type of thing.
and it gives that I think is an important thing, because it gives those people the opportunity to buy something. It gives them a chance to kind of be helped, but to have some dignity behind it as well. They're not getting a handout and they're embarrassed by it. They're saying, okay, I used my money to buy that, and I feel proud of that.
And that's what our part of our mission statement is to bring dignity back to families' lives. So if you're a dad, a mom, and you go and you buy shampoo for 75 cents, you bought that. You weren't just given it. And that's the big thing that we want, is people to actually, earn what they have, and that brings dignity back to their lives. Another thing that we're doing, and I talk about this often, is we're taking people that are on food stamps and Medicaid, that federal, state, and local taxpayer money goes to, and we're getting them off of those programs, and they start having jobs, cars, and houses. So we're decreasing expenses for the government and increasing income. So we do a lot of stuff to try to help Indiana County out, the people of Indiana County out, and the families. So anybody that can help us would be great. The other thing is we're always looking for more faith congregations.
Yeah.
And also board members.
Okay, so you have a chance to be a part to make an impact in that way. All right, and so let's get to the particulars, because we are just about out of time for the interview. You said this is going to be at the Eagles Lodge?
The Eagles Lodge at 5:30.
On what day?
On the 19th, which would be Tuesday.
November 19th.
Tuesday.
Next
November
Tuesday
19th, yeah.
Okay.
And go ahead.
The tickets you said were $10.
I think they're $10. Don't quote me on that, but
Okay.
yeah.
But if people want to find out more, they can go onto the Family Promise website.
Yeah, and the Facebook page.
And Facebook. So look up Family Promise of Indiana on Facebook or on Google, and you should be able to find out more information on not just this event, but also the mission of Family Promise. One other thing, are there any other events coming up after Monopoly?
So in February, we're having our gala, which we had last year, which was phenomenal. We're going to have it actually across the street at the Jimmy Stewart Museum.
Good.
We're going to try to match it with the Oscars. So that's going to be a nice time for everybody to get together. We'll have the red carpet. We'll have valet parking. We'll have all kinds of stuff for people to come. Maybe they could watch a movie. It's all stuff that we want to promote. Family Promise, make sure that people understand that we need organizations that help families experiencing homelessness.
Right.
And we also need individuals' help. So, that's the stuff we do. And that's what, we really need to continue to have in this area, because with a lot of different things going on, I think the homeless situation is going to get worse, every year.
Yeah. But organizations like Family Promise keeps the light on at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly, we do.
All right, Aaron, hey, thanks very much. We're out of time, but thanks very much for coming in.
Appreciate it.
And I hope that the Monopoly event is a success. Thanks again for joining us.
All right, thank you.
All right, Aaron Lehman with Family Promise joining us on Indiana in the Morning, and our interview presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row, best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online, marcusandmack.com. It's getting close to the top of the hour here on Indiana in the Morning. We're about 2 minutes away from the top of the hour. We'll have Fox News on the air at the top, and I'll have the latest from the WCCS newsroom. And you may have been hearing during that last segment some kind of impact noises from outside the studio. That is Indiana Borough people standing up, getting some of the barricades ready for the parade, which is going to come from, I believe, about 5th Street all the way up to 9th Street in front of the courthouse, and that's where it kind of will disband. So traffic is going to be blocked off in that area. So please be very careful of that if you're making your way up to Indiana. It's Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. More after this.
GCES.
Hi, it's Galen here from GCES. Since 2010, we've been empowering families to secure a better future. We can also help businesses invest with comprehensive financial strategies. We make it easy for you to focus on what you do best, running your business. With roots here in Indiana, we understand the local market and what it takes to make it grow. You can call us at 724-915-0000 or visit us online at